woman tells us a DeKalb County police officer kicked her when she was almost 9 months pregnant. And now we learn that officer is under investigation. Investigative reporter Jodie Fleischer is in DeKalb County with how this happened and questions about how the department handled it.
Justin, Raven Dozier told me she wasn't even involved in the original call for police. It was a child custody issue involving her brother. But she was there trying to help calm him down. And when officers tased him, she started crying. After all, she was nearly 9 months pregnant. 4-month-old Levi is now a happy, healthy little boy, but his parents worried that wouldn't be the case because of what happened 2 weeks before he was born.
It was scary. I was shocked.
Raven Dozier was at her grandmother's house watching her brother argue with police. She was crying and questioning why they tased him. Suddenly, she was on the ground.
He really just didn't want me asking him any questions. When I did question him, that's when he kicked me.
A kick so hard it bruised Dozier's stomach. She had an emergency C-section 2 weeks later when doctors realized Levi had defecated in the womb. In his report, Officer Jerad Wheeler described it as a front push kick to the abdomen, as he was taught to do at the academy.
It's supposed to be used, for forcing entry into a door or something like that. What kind of a human being kicks a pregnant woman?
Dozier's attorney was even more shocked when he saw what happened with her complaint to the DeKalb Police Department. No investigation at all. And 5 supervisors, including internal affairs, said Wheeler's actions met policy.
They're showing that there is an ongoing pattern and practice of attempting to clear officers of clearly illegal, unconstitutional, and improper conduct.
Wheeler's report says Dozier was coming toward him in an aggressive manner, that it was very dark and she had a large shirt and he couldn't tell she was pregnant. But jail workers noticed right away and refused to take her on an obstruction charge, which prosecutors have now dropped.
I believe that something should be done. Men go to jail every day for hitting women, and it's not okay just because he's a police officer.
A DeKalb police spokesperson didn't want to comment on this incident. I did file an open records request here at the department on Officer Wheeler and found he has 2 prior use of force complaints filed within the last year. Now tonight at 6, we'll dig into those and what they have in common with this case. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Jodie Fleischer, Channel 2 Action News.
Since 5, we've uncovered more complaints against a police officer. He's under investigation for kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach. It happened just weeks before her baby was born. Channel 2 investigative reporter Jodie Fleischer is live in DeKalb County with what the other complaints have in common with the kicking incident.
Monica, we checked the records here at the police department and found 2 other use of force complaints against that same officer. In all 3 complaints, the victim was not the main focus of the original police investigation. And in all 3 cases, the officer faced no punishment, but he could now.
I was upset because I couldn't believe an officer would kick me with my child in my stomach.
Raven Dozier was nearly 9 months pregnant and helping to calm down her brother, who was arguing with police. They tased him and she cried out. That's when Officer Jerad Wheeler used what he described in his report as a front push kick to the abdomen, as he was taught to do at the academy.
What kind of a human being kicks a pregnant woman? I mean, forget whether or not it's a police officer that supposedly is protecting people.
Dozier filed this complaint with the DeKalb Police Department, but it was never investigated. Instead, 4 supervisors and internal affairs signed off that Wheeler's use of force met policy.
He was not, he had no reason to do that. And for higher authority for his boss to say that it was okay, his boss is wrong too.
We filed an open records request and found 2 more use of force complaints against Wheeler. One from a woman whose daughter had just been in a car accident, another when Wheeler responded to the wrong address and shot a family's dog. The department justified his actions and exonerated him.
Into showing that there is an ongoing pattern and practice of attempting to clear officers of clearly illegal, unconstitutional, and improper conduct.
Wheeler charged Dozier with obstruction. He claimed it was very dark, she had a large shirt, and he couldn't tell she was pregnant. The jail could. They refused to take her. She had an emergency C-section 2 weeks later, and now baby Levi is doing just fine.
I believe that something should be done. Men go to jail every day for hitting women, and it's not okay just because he's a police officer.
This afternoon, prosecutors dropped that obstruction charge against Dozier, and now they're turning their attention to Officer Wheeler's actions. A DeKalb spokesperson didn't want to comment on how the department handled this incident. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Jodie Fleischer, Channel 2 Action News.